back to another Random Sam Epic Mom. Alright, for the month of February, I always try to kind of focus on, Valentine's Day type books. And for me, because I love romance novels, it's all that. So I try and focus more on books that are set up on like blind dates and everything like that. So this is one that came out very recently. Author I truly enjoy, Patricia Briggs. And in this one, it is a blind date with a werewolf. And this one actually has 5 different stories in it with an epilogue. Now, in this, character that you will read in both her main series, werewolf series, Azil. Azil is a very ancient werewolf. Now, in this world, werewolves pretty much don't die. They've got immortality. Kind of. They can be killed and all that, and most werewolves do not survive the first 10 years of living because they're morons. That's a nice way to put it. It's any human being who has all of a sudden been given great amount of aggression, had their entire world changed, and they are now subject to being forced to change according to the phases of the moon. That's going to screw with people. And some people can handle it, and a lot of people can't handle it. And werewolves kind of have to police themselves. And in this big supernatural world where there's the Fae, there is all sorts of other creatures out there like vampires, all that. And humans only know about certain of them. They don't know all that's out there. It's kind of scary. So Azil, for centuries, has thought he was going crazy. He is a scary boogeyman, almost, in the werewolf world. And only in recent years has he finally been freed from the witch that was hunting him. Now, normally witches have a normal human lifespan. There are white witches, gray witches, black witches. And the black witch was hunting him, and she had somehow stolen his mate and her immortality. So the witch was also kind of super crazy. So, that's a little backstory on Azil. Azil, though, has also kind of become an enforcer. He is, again, like I said, the boogeyman. Azil, though, his friends have decided that, we're worried about you. We're going to set you up on some blind dates. And they've made a dating profile for him. Guys, I don't know if you've ever had a friend who you've thought about making a profile on. We've seen movies where, somebody's done this, and we've had other people who have gone on, and there's like the Tinder apps, and there's, dating apps. And for me, anybody who's willing to put themselves out there and truly try and find a good relationship, all the power to you. Especially when dating apps, if you don't focus on the picture, because a lot of that stuff is photoshopped, you're trying to connect with somebody, your personalities. And that is a hard thing to do because everything might look, like it matches up on paper. But in reality, you got to have that chemistry. You've got to have that connection. And so to have your friends do that is just kind of, oh, no. I mean, heck, there are times that my daughters want to make their brother a dating app. So again, I understand it. So again, blind dates. And with each one of these blind dates, Azil is going to have to step up and fight some dark creature. It's almost as if his friends aren't so much trying to find him a date as they are trying to test him. So again, this whole thing is hilarious. First date, he is going to meet up with somebody at a vampire ball. Just a bunch of people who they think they're just enjoying themselves, make-believing, having fun, college students, all that. And Azil is going to meet up and have to protect people from real vampires who are trying to hide in plain sight. It is going to be Azil making a date on this blind date with a young man. And it's funny because, the guy's been set up by his friends on this dating app as kind of a joke to him. They're trying to, make fun of him. Azil happens to be straight. But they're so cool about it. Azil's like, we're just going to have fun with it. He ends up dancing with him, trying to increase the young man's confidence in himself, at the same time protecting these young people, and again, sweet, friendship made out of that. And when you get put in situations like that, where somebody is trying to put you in a bad situation, trying to make fun of you, you can either, be pissy about it, or you can make the best of it and build from it. And I loved how Azil, who's considered a boogeyman, ends up helping this young man, being, and even something as simple as, dancing with him and, feeling confident in himself, not being, letting it worry his sexuality or anything, and just having that, openness and having the ability to help somebody. That in itself is a very hard thing to come by. And then Azil's next state, must like cats. Somebody trying to capture him who's evil. And again, it's just fighting and coming up with these things. He's going to, through each one of these dates, end up helping somebody. And that person's going to turn around and help him later on. Through these dates, he's going to finally meet somebody he's actually going to want to have a relationship with. He's going to find that person he's going to want to connect with. But he's still going to have to finish the other blind date. And it's like, oh, come on. I found someone. And it's just so hilarious because, again, he's still got to go back and past things are going to pop up to be like, wait a second, I don't want to do this. But he's still going to do it. And he's going to have this connection. And she's going to realize, wait, he actually wants this connection with me? But we only had that one date and it wasn't a real date. Wait. And the one time he's gotten to the point where he's like, okay, I know something's going to happen where I'm going to have to help somebody. Let's just get to it. And the one person he connects with, she's like, no, I am not putting you at risk. No, that's not okay. And he's like, wait a second. She's nice. She doesn't want to take advantage. Wait, I like her. And again, it's just so hilarious because, again, in real life, when we interact with people, everybody has their own agenda. We might not realize it, but we do have our own agenda, even in everyday life, of just getting through life, of having our own things go a certain way. And Azil, because he has been so much in his own way, he raises his own rose. He has this roses that he takes care of that are like ancient roses and such. He's very self-contained. He doesn't let a lot of people into his life. And he's almost been set up so that he's taking care of the bad guys that nobody else will take care of. But at the same time, all that, he's going to turn around on the person who's been setting him up. He's going to turn around and set up. And it's just, again, all these different things are going to connect. And it's all about the connections. With the blind dates that he goes on, he is going to show people that you can still respect them. You don't have to be just like them. That you can be there for other people. And even the boogeyman deserves to find somebody. And I just loved it. This was hilarious. This was moving. It was sweet. This book was really worth it to read it. And Patricia Briggs, I love her stories. I wait for when she gets a new story out. I'm always waiting for the next story. She mainly has two main series, Mercy Thompson series and her Alpha Omega series. And Azil's in both of them. Never as the main character. But even her other stories were there, other alternate worlds, wonderful story. But her stories have such an amount of everyday humor in them. But the interaction with the characters truly makes you feel as if all of this is possible. But with this story, it wasn't just one main story. It wasn't just this is all happening. It's these smaller stories broken up. But I loved how they all connected. It's all one just random, we're making fun of you, Azil. We're gonna screw with you, and you gotta do it. So it started off as a Christmas present of we're giving you dates because we worry about you, is really we're just screwing with you. And again, it's just great. Azil is wonderful. You get to a certain age and he's been alive for centuries. Everybody is very leery of him. And he has suffered trauma, he has suffered all sorts of things, but for once he's actually trying to live. He is trying to live his best life, even though for years he was hoping somebody would take him out. And that in itself is, when you've been down for so long, to come back and really enjoy life, that is a hard thing to do. And I loved this book, guys. I can't say that enough. I really did love it. If you guys get a chance, please go out there, give it. With Valentine's Day coming up, this really, with the blind dates, just a wonderful story, guys. Please, please get out there and read it. Read any of Patricia Briggs' books. I have done some book reviews in the past, so you can bring those up on any of my previous book reviews. And again, just please go out there and read this. Again, it is Blind Date with a Werewolf. Lots of little stories, and it is a total of 5 blind dates, guys. We've got the first date with Unappreciative Gifts, Must Love Cats, Aftermath, Azil in the Not Date, Dating Terrors, and Shirazad. You know, I can't pronounce that right. I suck at that, so sorry. And an epilogue. But again, guys, wonderful, wonderful stories. Please, please go read it. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. And if you guys have, any recommendations for 4th of July books? 4th of July. Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. For Valentine's Day books, please let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out our other videos already on YouTube. And give us a like and subscribe. And if you hit that bell for notifications, you'll know when we put something new out. So try to make every day matter by finding the fun. You guys have a great one. Bye.